Hi, so thanks for coming back and following us. We're now at our second part where we're asking questions with NTT, and we're here with Barun, who's the enterprise architect from NTT. And we're trying to get to the bottom and get a good understanding on how NTT utilise intelligence with InfoSight and how they take advantage of HPE's intelligent storage platform. So Barun, thank you for your time again. We've been hearing a lot around InfoSight, and previously you mentioned the word InfoSight. I'm really curious to understand what InfoSight means to you and to NTT and to your customers. But a few things that I wanted to mention. We've seen Flash become table stakes, like you mentioned as well, and with the introduction of NVMe and storage class memory across the entire portfolio, we're seeing incremental changes. And that's fantastic and that's great, and I think a lot of our customers are embracing that. But what's more important, what's really interesting from a question perspective is InfoSight. Tell me a little bit around what does InfoSight mean to you and to NTT and to your customers?
InfoSight has been pretty interesting for us because we are an MSP. And for us, what that means is the balance between OpEx and sale, OpEx, CapEx, and sale is very important. We want to make sure that at the end of the day, we have really good capacity and performance trend reports. Right. And InfoSight allows us to create those capacity trends around the entire platform, what we have deployed. Yeah. So we have got over a petabyte of Timble storage, for example, but we can very safely now predict individual application usage, individual customer usage, individual tenant usage, and when do we need to add more capacity. Thereby, we can actually create that balance of CapEx versus sale. The second thing is around performance trends. So because it has a cross-stack view of servers, of VMware details, of applications and storage platforms, we can now use the ability to, instead of going from a storage and up, we are actually taking a top-down approach, where instead of looking from a storage performance point of view, storage engineers are now able to look from an applications performance point of view. So we are no longer trying to troubleshoot an application looking at storage performance. We are actually troubleshooting an application issue using an application's data. With a sense, we can now see the VMware, which is a hypervisor platform. We can look at the server analytics. We can look at the storage analytics and actually identify where the gaps are. And I think one of the most interesting bit for us is, giving InfoSight the task of telling us when we're going to hit an issue. Because of InfoSight's proactive analytics, which uses machine learning on the telemetry data, which it gathers from its, all of the customer base. So we can now safely rely on InfoSight to be able to tell us if there was an issue like firmware upgrade or a SSD drive failing or any other issue that might happen. So I believe that's how InfoSight has helped overall in the ecosystem that we have on HPE's technology.
So thank you for being part of this, and also Barun, thank you for your time as well. You've given a great explanation, and I really understand NTT's view around InfoSight. Tune in for the next episode where we're talking a little bit more around intelligence and HPE's platforms.